Taylor stood frozen at the altar, her white gown feeling like a straitjacket as the priest's words blurred into white noise. In her hand, clutched beneath the bouquet, was the crumpled letter she'd written to Faith last night, never meant to see the light of day. But when her brother, rummaging through her things for a misplaced ring, pulled it out and read it aloud in a whisper that echoed like thunder, the entire church gasped, and Taylor's world shattered into irreparable pieces. The ceremony halted abruptly. Her fiancé, Mark, a kind but oblivious man from a prominent Boston family, stared at her with wide eyes, his face draining of color. "Taylor? What is this?" he stammered, his voice cracking under the weight of betrayal. The guests, a mix of relatives and society elites, murmured in shock, their polished facades cracking as whispers spread like wildfire. Taylor's mother, Evelyn, clutched her pearls, her expression a mask of horror and denial. "This can't be true," she hissed, her mind racing back to all the signs she'd ignored. The late nights Taylor spent with Faith, the study sessions that stretched into dawn, the way her daughter's eyes lit up only when Faith was mentioned. Inside, Taylor's thoughts swirled in turmoil. How did it come to this? She agonized silently. "I thought I could bury it, marry Mark, make everyone happy. But Faith. God, Faith is the only one who ever saw me, really saw me." The letter had poured out her soul. Confessions of love that had simmered since college, stolen glances turning into stolen kisses in hidden corners of their shared dorm. Faith, with her fierce independence and quiet strength, had been Taylor's anchor in a sea of expectations. But society, family, the church, they all demanded the straight path, the one that led to a husband, children, stability. Taylor had chosen that path, or so she thought, until the letter exposed the lie she'd been living. As the chaos unfolded, Faith slipped in through a side door, her presence uninvited but inevitable. She'd received Taylor's frantic text earlier. "Don't come. It's over." But Faith couldn't stay away. Her heart pounded as she saw the scene. Taylor trembling, Mark stepping back, Evelyn rising to her feet with accusatory eyes. Faith's own family had disowned her years ago when she came out, labeling her a disgrace. Now here she was, about to drag Taylor into the same abyss. Is this love worth the destruction? Faith wondered, her resolve faltering. Or am I just selfish, pulling her down with me? Mark turned to Taylor, his voice low but firm. "Tell me it's not true. Tell me this is some joke." But Taylor couldn't lie anymore. The weight of years of suppression crashed down. "It's true," she whispered, her voice barely audible over the rising din. "I love her. I always have." The words hung in the air, a declaration that severed ties and ignited fury. Evelyn lunged forward, grabbing Taylor's arm. "You're confused. This is that girl's influence. She's corrupted you." The accusation stung, but Taylor pulled away, her eyes locking with Faith's across the room. In that moment, the choice crystallized, not just love, but authenticity versus facade. The aftermath was swift and brutal. Mark called off the wedding, his family whisking him away amid apologies and glares. Guests filed out, some sympathetic, others scandalized, whispering about those kinds infiltrating good society. Taylor's father, a stoic businessman, remained silent, his disappointment a heavier blow than any words. As the church emptied, Taylor and Faith found themselves alone in the vestry, the air thick with unspoken regrets. "Why didn't you tell me sooner?" Faith asked, her voice trembling. Taylor sank into a chair, tears streaming. "I was scared. Of losing everything, my family, my life. But now I've lost it anyway." That night, in a dingy motel on the outskirts of Boston, Taylor unpacked the fragments of her life. "What have I done?" she thought, staring at the ceiling. Mark was safe, predictable. With Faith, it's all uncertainty, judgment from every corner. Faith paced the room, her mind racing. She'd fought her own battles, coming out in a conservative Midwest town, enduring slurs and isolation. But dragging Taylor into this? It felt like a betrayal of their bond. "We can start over," Faith said finally, sitting beside her. "But you have to want this, Taylor. Not just because the secret's out." Days blurred into a haze of confrontations. Evelyn called relentlessly, her messages a barrage of guilt and pleas. "Think of your future. Society won't accept this. You'll be shunned." Taylor's inner conflict deepened. She's right, she admitted to herself. Jobs, friends, everything could vanish. Yet every time she looked at Faith, the pull was undeniable. A love that felt right in a world that deemed it wrong. Faith, meanwhile, grappled with her own demons. Am I worth this pain? She questioned. Or should I let her go back, pretend it never happened? A week later, Taylor faced her family in their opulent living room. Her father, Robert, sat rigidly, Evelyn beside him with red-rimmed eyes. Explain yourself, Robert demanded. Taylor's heart raced. I love Faith. It's not a choice. It's who I am. Evelyn exploded. Who you are. This is a phase. That girl manipulated you. The words cut deep, echoing societal prejudices Taylor had internalized. Am I broken? She wondered. Or is the world? Faith waited outside, her presence a silent support. But inside she doubted. If I love her, maybe I should walk away. The argument escalated, revealing cracks in the family facade. Robert admitted his own regrets. Marrying for status, not love. Don't make my mistakes, he said softly, surprising everyone. But Evelyn wouldn't budge, issuing an ultimatum. Choose us or her. Taylor's decision hung in the balance, a moral quandary tearing at her soul. Family or self? Tradition or truth? She chose truth, walking out with tears but a spark of liberation. As Taylor stepped into the crisp Boston air, Faith's car idling at the curb, she felt the weight of her choice settle like lead. No turning back now, she thought, sliding into the passenger seat. Faith glanced over, her expression a mix of relief and worry. How bad was it? Taylor sighed. Worse than I imagined. Mom's convinced you're the villain. Faith gripped the wheel tighter. Of course I am, she mused bitterly. In their eyes, I'm the temptress ruining their perfect daughter. The drive to their temporary apartment was silent, each lost in thoughts of the fallout. Settling into the small space, a far cry from Taylor's family home, amplified the contrasts. Taylor missed the comforts, the security. Is this freedom or folly? She pondered, unpacking boxes amid the echo of empty rooms. Faith, used to scraping by since her disownment, tried to reassure her. We'll build something real, she said over takeout dinner. But doubt crept in. Taylor's job at a marketing firm hung by a thread. Whispers of the scandal had reached her boss. People are talking, her colleague warned. Society's judgment was insidious, seeping into every corner. Faith's own struggles resurfaced. Working as a freelance graphic designer, she'd faced discrimination before. Clients pulling out after learning her orientation. Now, with Taylor by her side, the stakes were higher. If we fail, it's on me, she thought, staring at her laptop screen late at night. A potential client emailed canceling a meeting. Personal reasons, it said, but Faith knew better. The isolation gnawed at her, memories of her family's rejection flooding back. Her father's cold words. You're dead to us. Am I cursing Taylor to the same fate? Tensions boiled over one evening when Taylor's phone buzzed with a message from Mark. I miss you. We can fix this. Taylor stared at it, temptation flickering. He represents normalcy, she admitted inwardly. No stares, no whispers. Faith noticed, her jealousy flaring. You're considering it, she accused. The fight erupted, words like daggers. You think this is easy for me? Taylor shouted. I've lost everything. Faith recoiled. And I haven't? I fought alone for years. Their vulnerabilities clashed, exposing the raw edges of their love. In the quiet aftermath, Taylor reflected on her choices. Love isn't just passion. It's sacrifice. She deleted Mark's message, but the seed of doubt lingered. Faith, nursing her wounds, questioned her role. Am I holding her back? The next day, a job interview for Taylor turned sour when the interviewer probed her personal life. We value family-oriented employees, he said pointedly. Taylor's anger surged. This is the price, constant scrutiny. She walked out, but the rejection stung. Seeking solace, they attended a local LGBTQ support group. There, stories of similar struggles resonated. A woman shared her divorce after coming out, the custody battles, the societal backlash. Taylor listened, her resolve strengthening. I'm not alone, she realized. Faith squeezed her hand, a silent vow. But outside, protesters picketed, signs blaring, "Protect traditional families." The hatred was palpable, fueling Taylor's inner turmoil. Is our love a threat? Or are they the ones afraid? Family pressures mounted. Evelyn showed up unannounced, her face etched with desperation. "Come home, Taylor. We can get you help." The offer tempted, therapy to fix her, a return to the fold. Taylor wavered. What if she's right? What if this is curable? Faith overheard her heartbreaking. "If you go, I won't stop you," she said later, voice steady but eyes betraying pain. The moral dilemma peaked. Loyalty to blood versus loyalty to self. Taylor chose to stay, but the decision cost her. Friends distanced themselves, invitations dried up. At a dinner with remaining allies, a heated debate arose. "Society's changing," one said. "But not fast enough," another countered. Taylor spoke up. "It's not just about us. It's about fighting for what's right." Faith admired her growth, but inwardly feared the toll. She's stronger, but at what cost? As weeks passed, their bond deepened amid adversity. Shared dreams emerged, moving west, starting anew. But betrayal loomed when Faith's ex, a woman from her past, contacted her. "I miss what we had," the message read. Faith deleted it, but Taylor saw. Doubt reversed. "Do you regret this?" Taylor asked. Faith's denial was fervent, but the incident highlighted their fragility. Trust is earned but so easily shattered. High drama unfolded at a family gathering Taylor attended alone, hoping for reconciliation. Evelyn cornered her. "Your father's health is failing because of this stress." Guilt crashed over Taylor. "Am I killing him?" She confronted the ethical bind. Personal happiness versus familial duty. Tearfully she left, but the damage was done. Back home, Faith held her. "We'll endure," she whispered. But both wondered if endurance was enough. Months into their new reality, Taylor and Faith navigated the choppy waters of cohabitation, each day a test of resilience. Taylor's job loss came swiftly, her boss citing restructuring. But the subtext was clear. They don't want controversy, she thought bitterly, updating her resume with trembling hands. Faith's freelance work picked up, but inconsistently, forcing tough choices, like skipping meals to pay rent. This is the price of authenticity, Faith reflected, counting bills late at night while Taylor slept fitfully. Social isolation deepened. Old friends ghosted, their silence louder than words. At a rare outing, stares followed them, whispers about those lesbians. Taylor's anger boiled. "Why can't we just be?" Internally, she battled self-doubt. "Maybe I was wrong to append everything." Faith sensed it, her own insecurities flaring. "If she leaves, I'll break," she admitted to herself. A pivotal confrontation arose when Taylor's sister, Lisa, reached out secretly. "Mom's unhinged," Lisa confided over coffee. "But Dad wants to talk." The meeting with Robert was tense, in a neutral park bench setting. "I don't understand," he said, voice gruff. "But I see you're hurting." Taylor poured out her heart. "It's not a choice, Dad. It's me." Robert's revelation stunned her. He'd known a gay colleague shunned decades ago. "I regret not standing up." The partial bridge mended slightly, but Evelyn's absence loomed. One step forward, Taylor thought, but the war's not won. Faith's past caught up when her estranged brother called, feigning concern. "Heard about your new girl. Careful, or you'll drag her down." The veiled threat ignited Faith's fury. Family shouldn't be conditional, she seethed inwardly. Sharing with Taylor, they clashed again. "Don't engage," Taylor urged. "But they're my blood," Faith retorted. The argument exposed their differing approaches. Taylor's caution versus Faith's defiance. A turning point came at a pride event they attended hesitantly. Surrounded by allies, Taylor felt empowered. "This is community," she realized. But a counter-protest erupted, slurs hurled. Faith shielded Taylor, her protectiveness fierce. "I'd die for her," she thought. Later, in the safety of home, intimacy deepened, not physical but emotional. "We're in this together," Taylor affirmed. Yet, betrayal struck from an unexpected angle. Mark, still stinging, leaked the letter online anonymously. Social media exploded, Taylor's name trending with hashtags like wedding scandal. Comments ranged from supportive to vile. Monster One read. Taylor's world shrank further. "How much more can I take?" She despaired. Faith rallied, contacting advocates for help. "We'll fight back," she declared. The media frenzy brought journalists to their door. Taylor debated speaking out. Silence is complicity, she weighed. In an interview, she shared her story, voice steady. "Love isn't wrong. The exposure amplified voices, but invited more hate mail. Faith's anxiety peaked. Am I strong enough for this? Family dynamics shifted when Evelyn suffered a minor health scare, blaming stress from the situation. Taylor visited the hospital, guilt-ridden. Please change, Evelyn begged. The plea tore at Taylor. Duty or desire? She resisted, but the encounter left scars. Faith waited anxiously. You okay? Taylor nodded, but doubt lingered. As high tensions built, a job offer came for Faith in San Francisco. Better pay. Accepting environment. We could escape, she suggested. Taylor hesitated. What about my family? The decision loomed a moral crossroads. Stay and fight or flee and heal. They argued passionately, each fearing loss. Ultimately, Taylor agreed to move, but not without conditions. We visit often. The packing was bittersweet, symbols of letting go. New beginnings, Taylor hoped. But on moving day, Lisa arrived with news. Mom's coming around slowly. Hope flickered, but the road ahead was uncertain. The cross-country drive to San Francisco was a cathartic journey, miles stretching like metaphors for their evolving relationship. Taylor gripped the wheel, thoughts racing. Leaving Boston means leaving pain, but also roots. Faith dozed beside her, exhaustion from packing evident. She's my future, Taylor affirmed inwardly, glancing over. Stops at roadside diners brought normalcy. Shared laughs over greasy food, dreams voiced aloud. Arriving in the vibrant city, their new apartment overlooked the bay. A fresh start. Faith's job at a progressive design firm flourished, colleagues welcoming. Taylor freelanced, building a portfolio free from judgment. Here we blend in, she noted gratefully. But echoes of the past persisted. Calls from Evelyn grew less hostile, more pleading. Visit soon, she said. Taylor's heart tugged. Reconciliation or trap? Social circles expanded through LGBTQ networks. At a gathering, they met couples with similar stories, disownments, triumphs. One woman's tale of regaining family mirrored theirs. Time heals, she advised. Faith absorbed it, her optimism reigniting. Maybe my family too, she hoped silently. But a call from her brother dashed it. Harsh words, final disownment. Tears flowed. Why does love divide? Taylor comforted her, their bond strengthening. Yet, internal conflicts resurfaced when Taylor received a promotion offer back in Boston. It's my dream job, she confessed. Faith's fear spiked. But the toxicity? The dilemma was stark, career versus safety. Sacrifice again, Taylor pondered. She declined, choosing them over ambition. Faith's gratitude was profound, but guilt nagged. Am I clipping her wings? Drama intensified with an unexpected visitor. Mark in town for business. I need closure, he said over coffee. Taylor met him, Faith's blessing reluctant. You deserved better, Mark admitted. Taylor reflected. He was collateral damage in my denial. The meeting unearthed regrets, but affirmed her path. Returning home, she shared everything. Faith's jealousy eased into understanding. Societal pressures followed them west. A neighborhood incident, vandalism with slurs, shook them. Not even here? Taylor despaired. They reported it, joining advocacy efforts. Passivity isn't an option, Faith decided. Volunteering at shelters, they witnessed broader struggles. Youth rejected for orientation. Taylor's empathy deepened. This is bigger than us. Family breakthrough came during a holiday visit. Robert welcomed them warmly, Evelyn stiff but civil. I'm trying, she admitted. Conversations tiptoed around truths, but progress showed. Taylor's inner peace grew. Healing takes time. Faith observed, her skepticism thawing. Betrayal reared again when a colleague outed Taylor subtly in a meeting. Whispers followed. Will it never end? She fumed. Confronting him, she stood tall. My life isn't your gossip. The assertiveness was liberating. Faith beamed. She's blooming. As tensions crested, a major decision loomed. Marriage. Faith proposed quietly, ring simple. Will you? Taylor's joy mixed with fear. Society's still divided. But she said yes, planning a small ceremony. Invitations to family tested bonds. Evelyn declined initially, then appeared last minute. For you, she whispered. The wedding was intimate, vows heartfelt. Through storms, Taylor promised. Faith echoed, tears shining. But post-honeymoon reality bit. Job discrimination lawsuits emerged, draining resources. Worth it? They questioned. In the glow of their new life, challenges persisted, but resilience defined them. Taylor's career rebounded with a supportive agency, Faith's designs gaining acclaim. We've built this, Taylor thought proudly. Social acceptance varied. Friends celebrated, strangers judged. At a gala, a donor's snide remark stung. Non-traditional. Faith retorted sharply. Love is love. The exchange fueled Taylor's activism. Silence breeds oppression. Family ties mended unevenly. Holidays brought awkward reunions. Evelyn's comments laced with residual bias. What about children? She'd probe. Taylor's patience wore thin. Our choices, not yours. Internally, she grappled with legacy. Do I owe them conformity? Faith supported, but her own wounds festered. A dream of reconciliation with her family haunted her. A crisis hit when Robert's health declined rapidly. Taylor rushed back east, Faith by her side. In the hospital, truth surfaced. I'm proud of you, Robert rasped. Evelyn, tearful, confessed fears. I was wrong. The moment was pivotal, forgiveness tentative. Pain forges change, Taylor realized. Returning home, they faced a moral fork. Adopt or not? Discussions were intense. Society's harsh on same-sex parents, Faith worried. Taylor countered. We can fight that. The choice to proceed was bold, applications filed amid doubts. Right or reckless? Betrayal's final twist came from within. A moment of weakness when Taylor confided in Lisa about fleeting doubts. Lisa twisted it, telling Evelyn. Accusations flew. See? It's not real. Taylor's fury erupted. My life isn't debate fodder. The fallout strained but fortified her resolve. Awakening dawned through therapy, both individual and joint. Taylor unpacked internalized homophobia. Faith her abandonment issues. Healing ourselves first, they agreed. Community involvement grew, mentoring youth. Stories shared inspired, cycles breaking. High drama culminated in a public speaking event. Taylor addressed a crowd on equality. Love demands courage. Applause thundered, but threats followed. Protection became necessary. The cost never ends, Faith lamented. In quiet moments their love shone. Walks hand in hand, dreams whispered. Yet reflections lingered. Was the pain justified? As years hinted at peace, the question remains. Was sacrificing family harmony for personal truth ultimately the right choice? Or did it cause more harm than good?